Hello. September 5th, 2012, a great day filled with new beginnings, chances, and new friendships, because it was my first day at St. Hubert's. I woke up excited at 6 a.m., quickly showered, and continued to prepare for my journey. My first time putting on a Catholic school uniform, and now proud to be a Bambi. I recall saying to myself, I am a winner, I am successful, I am somebody who fights for what I want. I am not only my story, but I am also someone else's story. This is my mantra, and I will stick to it. I've made a couple of mistakes that could have cost me the opportunity to remain in St. Hubert's, but thankfully I've received chances and redemption. I've traveled to 6 different schools between the ages of 6 until 12, and I have to admit the changes were many, and as a child, you are always looking for consistency. Walking into Hubert's, I not only wanted to be able to make lifetime friends, but to form a bond of sisterhood. Fortunately, I've learned many things. Most importantly, not to be scared and to explore, because fearful people never succeed. My mother is the reason I'm here today. My mother sacrificed a lot for my brother and me. Whether we lived in an apartment, house, or motel, whether the electricity, the water, and the heat was on, my mother kept me safe. I am so grateful for the people in my life, always in my corner, providing support. I am grateful for my disabled father, who tries his hardest to provide for my brother and myself. Even when my father and I weren't on the best of terms, he was always accessible. Though we still have our moments, I understand that if he did not love me, that he'd say nothing to encourage me. If I were as mature 3 years ago as I am now, I'm not sure if my appreciation for happiness and life would be so great. In an attempt to take away the pain, I acted out in a very negative way. And my frequent outburst and anger consumed me throughout the 9th grade. Yes, I was excited about my first day of high school, but I was carrying a gray cloud over my head. This extra baggage had caused me to be gloomy all of the time, and that buildup was the reason for me missing a month of school. If only I knew then what I know now, my progress could have been even greater, but I am evolving. St. Hubert's was my first experience in a Catholic school, and I was frightened beyond the extreme. Running away wasn't an answer, although it crossed my mind. I also thought about all of the people who would miss me, who helped me, and I couldn't let them down. The transition from cyber to public to Catholic school wasn't handled with grace, and I did cover my fear with anger. As a result, I ended up in many careless arguments over menial things during my freshman year. It was a rough ride, and I should have been put out of school at the end of my freshman year because of absences alone, but I wasn't. The people I can give thanks to for getting me this far and getting me through this journey are all either in this room or a part of St. Hubert's staff. I believe that without the help of so many, I would not be here, but I would be passing time in another school. The staff and students wanted me here, and believe me, I wanted and needed to be here. When the school found out about my financial situation, they immediately wanted to help. The first thing they did was set up a meeting between Cora and me. My core counselor has become a great role model for me, thanks to St. Hubert's guidance counselors. Sophomore year was a real turnaround. Michaela Lofton, a 2014 grad, was one of my biggest influences that year. I was not getting along with my peers at my lunch table, and Michaela suggested that I sit in the attendance office and eat. Sister Carol, the attendance moderator, was very welcoming, and I began to pay attention to her methods. One day, I was alone in the office and a parent called. On impulse, I picked up the telephone. As Sister Carol walked into the attendance office, I must have picked up some of Sister's phone etiquette. She complimented me on my mannerisms, and before I knew it, I was an office aide. This responsibility gave me something positive to do and gave me a sense of pride and independence. This stepping stone of accountability is something I cherish and have earned. St. Hubert's has become my home, and the students and staff are my family. This is the place I will graduate from. I have worked hard to bring up my grades, and I will flip my tassel. Hubert has given me love, comfort, a shoulder to cry on, and a friend to talk to. St. Hubert's is my path to college. My future is bright, but I know it would not have been possible without the kindness, patience, love, and understanding that I have received from the very first interview until right now. Former principal, Mrs. Craig's first statement to my father and I was that St. Hubert's is a college prep school, and although college for me was so distant, I'm thankful for those words of wisdom. This past September, I was unsure if we could afford for me to return to St. Hubert's, and I was actually enrolled in a cyber charter school. On the first day of cyber class, my father called with news that President Farrell wanted a meeting to discuss my future as a Bambi. At the time, I had no idea that such a blessing would be granted to me. Although I've had struggles, I continue to say, I am a winner, I am successful, I am somebody who fights for what I want. I am ambitious. I am not only my own story, but I am also someone else's story. And I am somebody's future. I have to thank BLOCS and all involved in the decision to share their limited resources with me. I know that there are many deserving students in the Archdiocese, yet they chose me. I stand proudly before you with a pink patch, appreciative for the constant support that I have received over these 3 years. My father has said many times that opportunities like these are extremely rare, and I must not succeed for just myself. A chance was taken on me. I would like to thank the people who believed in me during the hard times. I need to thank my parents for pushing me towards the door of success, explaining that hardship does not mean to quit, but to work through it and succeed. Thank you to all of BLOCS supporters. I am honored to speak in front of you, as you have made it possible. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and the next time you see me, I will support a cap and gown while standing with my sisters, the Bambis. Thank you, and good evening.